Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm back to talk about The Flash, episode 406, titled When Harry Met Harry, which premiered Tuesday, November 14, 2017 on the CW. I am recording on November 18th. So with that said, huge spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode already, please go do so first, then come back and see what I have to say about this episode. Other video reminders are up on screen at the moment. So with that said, let's start with the 10-minute clock, and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, I believe it was stated that it's been 1 month since Barry has returned from the Speed Force. So 1 month since episode 401. And also, with the episode reminder, I'm pretty much going to remember this as the Council of Wellses, pretty much. But the villain of the episode is Mina Chayton, who can bring inanimate objects to life. She is a former professor of cultural anthropology. Now, the huge episode breakdown, or storylines, if you will, I got them into two different ones. First one being the Black Bison on the prowl. Second one being the Council of Wellses. So with the Black Bison on the prowl, that's going out to Mina Clayton. She is one of the bus metas who is trying to find the remaining pieces of a cultural artifact, and she's using her newfound powers to get what she wants. Now, this case allows for Barry to mentor Ralph on the job and teach him what it means to be a superhero. We also get Ralph getting his new super suit, which he calls ugly, as it's really just, it looks like a tarp, really. And he's not wrong about it being ugly, but it does stretch when he stretches and shrinks when he shrinks, as Cisco puts it. So unless he finds some fancier way to make the suit, I don't think he's going to get a better one. Maybe a better mask is what he should get, but... anyways, with storyline number 2, though, we get the Council of Wellses, which is what Harry brings together to form a think tank to help discover who the identity of the Thinker is. Now, for the Council of Wellses, we get Wells from Earth 12, named Harrison Wolfgang Wells. We get Earth 47, going by the name of H. Lothario Wells, who's a billionaire, and also Earth 22 Wells, or Wells 2.0, from an apocalyptic world. And we do get a brief appearance of Wells the Grey. Don't get an Earth number for him, but he pretty much looks like a wizard, or Gandalf, or Dumbledore, or Merlin, whichever iconic wizard, old wizard you want to put. That's what we get for Wells the Grey. Don't really know what kind of Earth he'd come from, but there's that one, that he was dismissed from the council. Apparently he was too weird for them. So there's that. Last moments of the episode show Barry and Joe confronting Clifford DeVoe, who the Council of Wells uncovered as being the Thinker. And they did not get what they thought they were walking into. So there's that. Also, tidbits, though, is that before the episode aired, they released a stretch scene for the episode, which was between Caitlin and Ralph. And this is when Caitlin was kind of gave the idea of Ralph using his stretching ability to create balloon animals with his limbs. And this is later used in the actual episode when Ralph is trying to entertain a hospitalized girl, a little girl who got injured while he was trying to be a superhero. So there's that. But moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode, I think it would have to be the fact that Clifford DeVoe actually showed himself. I thought for some reason that Joe and Barry would either come across either an empty location, or they're going to come across a decoy in the place of Clifford DeVoe, or something along those lines. I didn't think they'd actually come face to face with the real Clifford DeVoe, if that makes sense. So anyways, moving on to top 3 favorite moments, though, I have to say my favorite has to be Cisco telling Harry to give the Council of Wellses a chance. Pretty much in general, anything involving the Council of Wellses was my favorite. It was just seeing not only the talent in Tom Cavanaugh playing the five different versions of his character was astounding, and then to see Cisco's reaction off of that, and then also to see the repercussions of having 4 to 5 doppelgangers interacting with each other, and then Harry complaining about it and not liking his own versions of himself, type of thing, and then Cisco telling him, well, how can anyone like you if you don't like yourself, type of thing. It was an interesting dynamic, and I loved every second of the Council of Wells portion of the episode, so that was pretty cool. Plus, it was just amazing when Cisco actually used the line that sometimes you're a wizard, Harry. And then there's a slight pause between the two. I'm like, really, guys? I mean, like, that's that was like perfect. It's like not only because there's so many Harry Potter references in the previous seasons, and then you got Tom Felton playing Julian Albert last season, and now you're getting wizard references, and you have a character named Harry on the show. It's just like, that's perfect. I love it. So there's that. Another favorite moment of the episode has to be Barry mentoring Ralph. You got the whole Mugger intro and how Barry's excited that a Mugger has confronted them and wants their money, and he considers it as like Superhero 101 or Mugger 101 type of thing. And he's just excited for the opportunity, like he was when he first got mugged when he got his powers. And it's just like, only Barry would get that excited. And just that whole altercation was funny when it shouldn't be. I'm just saying. And then also we get Ralph questioning why can't Barry save the innocent and capture the bad guy when he has super speed. I mean, he raises a very valid point, which is why it's one of my favorite moments. I mean, why does he have to choose? But Barry makes it a point of you always have to save the innocent as a superhero, and sometimes that means letting the bad guy go only to be found another day type of thing. So it was very interesting to see the lessons and just how Barry imparts the superhero ways onto Ralph and just how Ralph perceives them. It was very interesting to see that, and then also to have Barry check on Ralph when his feelings are showing, which is my favorite moment. Number 3 is when we actually see Ralph showing a huge character development and actually him taking in these emotions and feelings that he always suppressed. And then especially when it came to that little girl being hurt while he was on the job, and then Barry just telling him, well, I'm going to be here if you ever need anything, like I'm your support system now, so I'm not going to let anything hurt you. In this sense, like he kept on saying, it'll be my mission to protect your heart, in a sense. It was just really great to have that moment between Barry and Ralph, especially with so much I can't even say the word, so much history between each other. So it was just great for them to have that. So there's that. But moving on to top 3 peed moments, I only have the one, and it was the fact that I was a little disappointed that none of the Wells doppelgangers that we saw from the hologram transmissions last season when they were auditioning for a part on the team, I was surprised that none of them made an appearance. I mean, the Wells that we, from 12, 47, and 22 that we got, they were interesting and they had their own distinct personalities for sure. But the Wells 2.0, he just really threw me off. He was a separate peeve of mine. I mean, aesthetically, he just didn't work for me. I think there could have been a whole other different ways that they could have made him part robot and not made it look so artificial or very fake, if that makes sense. So that's the only thing. The only thing that really threw me about the council was the fact that the authenticity behind a Wells 2.0 didn't really fit the image. The actual personality behind it fit and everything. It's just the way he looked didn't really sink in for me, if that makes sense. But anyways, moving on to what moment will I remember most when I look back on the episode? Council Wells's, for sure. I mean, when Harry met Harry. I mean, that's a giveaway right there. But anyways, moving on to random questions. First one being, did anyone else notice the convenience of Ralph's addition to the Flash team being a week after Wally leaves town? I mean, that's a huge coincidence right there. A very convenient coincidence. But can't imagine how Wally's going to feel when he comes back home and finds that he's been replaced very quickly. So there's that. Another random question being the fact that, is the mechanic really the Thinker's wife, or is that just their cover? Because at the very end of the episode, she introduces herself to Barry and Joe as Clifford DeVoe's wife. Or as Mrs. DeVoe, I should say. So I'm wondering about that. But anyways, moving on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 407, it looks like Barry obsesses over Clifford DeVoe being an evil genius in disguise while he hides in plain sight, while the rest of the team isn't really on the same page as him. So there's that. Again, kind of like a deja vu vibe, or very, like, this type of behavior has happened before already with Barry and the other villains that he has, but I'm not sure which one. I'm thinking Reverse Flash, but I might be wrong. So there's that. But the synopsis for the episode reads that Barry comes face to face with DeVoe, and DeVoe's past is revealed through flashbacks, and meanwhile Iris puts the final touches on the wedding, which is a week away. The wedding is supposed to happen in episode 408, which is the crossover episode. Which, speaking of, Another teaser has been released for the 2-night 4-part crossover event, which is happening in 2 weeks. So there's that. Otherwise, from that, I don't really have any more predictions from it. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. I mean, Clifford DeVoe being revealed as the Thinker by the team, no less, is a lot earlier than what they've done previously. Usually around the time of like the 15th episode of the season is like that tail end of the season is usually when they reveal who the season's bad guy is to the team. The fact that we get it before the mid-season finale is pretty surprising. So I'm going to wonder how exactly DeVoe is going to play this out. Is he going to have a division between the team because Barry's obsessed and the team doesn't see it, or is he going to play mind games or something, or like what is it does he hope to achieve by unveiling his identity so soon? And then also we have to find out why he wanted those metas to be created on the bus and what he has plans for them. So with that all said, I don't really have anything else to say, but what did you guys think of the episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories, and predictions about what you think is going to happen next. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I read blog, promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place. So go check that out. It's also connected to my WordPress account. Again, same thing. Links down below. Everything I post online is connected through WordPress. It's a work in progress, but it's more organized. So I do hope you check that out. But otherwise, guys, I think that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you come back next time to see what I have to say about the next episode. But until then, guys, this is Mel wishing you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.